Hi, I'm Vikram Gore and you're watching MotorScribes. Today on the show, we're going to be talking about one of the most iconic cars to be on Indian roads. It's been around for 22 years, and out of that, for 16 years, it has dominated being the #1 selling car in the country. That's right, folks. I'm talking about the Maruti Suzuki Alto. It's back in a bold new avatar. This is the Alto K10 for 2022, and it sports an all-new design, all-new chassis, and all new lot more. I'm going to be telling you all about this car in this video. The new Alto K10 is built on Suzuki's hard-tech platform. That's the same platform that underpins all their new cars in the market. And in that sense, it's a big upgrade for the Alto. But from a design standpoint, let's take a look at what's new with the new Alto. So to start off with, you can see that the car has this really nice rounded off look. It's very cute, kind of bug-eyed. Maruti likes to call these eyes, the lights, as Peppy lights. They kind of look like bugs. And I think the new grille, the rounded off look gives it a very young, youthful appeal. As we move along to the side, we can see that Maruti has not really played around too much in terms of giving it strong, bold character lines. They've again kept it very smooth and, given it a really nice sort of line at the bottom that sweeps up towards the rear tire. And that brings out an element of sportiness to the car. And you also get really nice wheel covers on the car. At the rear is what Maruti has really done a brilliant job at. For they've taken it around and gotten rid of the sharp lines and kept it with a more rounded look. But what you do get is rear combination lamps, nice large lamps. They light up really nice, and they give the car a character of its own. So from a design standpoint, it is an entry-level hatchback. Maruti is not toyed with it too much, but what they have done is increase the size a little bit, because that's made all the difference on the cabin inside. With the new Alto K10, Maruti has tried to go all out as much as they can to give you a rather premium appeal in an entry-level car. So the first thing that grabs your attention is that the top variant comes with a nice touchscreen interface. Now, this is their SmartPlay Studio system. It's got phone navigation integrated into it. And you also get a 4-speaker audio system, which is probably the first in segment car to have that. And you've also got steering mounted controls. You can take calls, you can answer calls with that. And they've done a great job in the overall layout of the cabin, where the dash now has a slightly more sculpted look. It's not as rounded as it used to be before. And the plastics feel very Maruti-like, but when it comes to a car like this, that's not such a bad thing. They've improved on space both up front and at the rear, and you also get a touch of premiumness with the dual-tone looking seats, which is again a fine touch by Maruti. Topping it off is the instrument cluster. It's a simple layout, but you get this nice large digital display for your speedo, which is kind of neat and looks really good for a car that sits in this segment. The Alto also gets front power windows with the buttons located right underneath the touchscreen interface. It's got a powerful AC, which does a great job of cooling the cabin down, as we got to find out in nice and balmy weather in Kerala. And you also get a USB port and a 12-volt 120-watt power outlet. So that is a touch of convenience when you're looking at having a connected car, and you can keep your devices charged up. So they've thought it out. They've kept it simple. They've kept it neat. They've kept it clean. And I think that's what the Alto was always about. And they've sort of taken it up a notch, but kept the integrity of the Alto right there where you want it. Powering the Alto K10 is the 1-liter dual VVT engine, the new K series to be precise, and it generates 66.6 PS of power and 89 Newton meters of torque. So Maruti is pairing this with either a 5-speed manual or you get it with the 5-speed AGS. Now what is interesting over here is the fact that the 5-speed manual gives you about 23.3 kilometers to the liter, while the AGS is actually more efficient and you get 24.9 kilometers to the liter. So you're talking about a very efficient engine underneath the hood of the Alto K10. Again, when you're looking at a car that's about being the first car for a lot of young buyers, and the way fuel prices are going today, having an efficient engine on board that is quite peppy to drive is the need of the hour, and I think Maruti has delivered on that front. Well, I've told you about the engine, I've told you about the numbers, the power output, the torque, I've told you about the transmission options on board, but what is the new Alto K10 like to drive? Well, the first thing that gets to you is the fact that it's amazingly peppy for such a small car. And I think Maruti has done a great job in ensuring that you keep that element alive, because when the Alto first came out, I remember when I was reviewing it out in Chandigarh, that the one thing that got to me was the fact that they were able to achieve this level of peppiness from such a small engine. And the 1-liter K-Series engine does a brilliant job of powering you around. It is a city car, so you want that initial level of pep. You want that 0 to 60 number to be brilliant, and it delivers on all of that. It's a refined drive. The power steering feels great. You can tool around the city. Again, the small dimensions make you feel like you can really zip through city streets, and there's always space on the road for you. So all in all, you have a great time behind the wheel. It's a fun car to zip around town with. It's easy to drive, very tight turning radius, and you can just navigate through city streets probably faster than a larger sedan with this small car. So you can see that Maruti has done a brilliant job in the way it's been set up. The ride quality, again, is a standout feature for such a small car, and Maruti has really tuned the suspension to ensure that you get the best of both worlds in terms of driving dynamics as well as great ride quality on board for all 5 passengers. It is a fun entry-level car to have, and if you are in the market looking for something that's going to be a hassle-free vehicle, then this is something that you should definitely think about considering. But more on that later. You have to listen to my conclusion to really know what I think about the Alto K10. But for now, let me tell you about the safety features that it packs. When it comes to safety, Maruti has improved on that element as well. So the Alto now gets dual front airbags, and you also get ABS with EBD, and on the higher model you also get reverse parking sensors as standard. Now all these features are now part of the package, so it's a great thing to see Maruti moving in this direction. And as I mentioned earlier, it is built on the hardtech platform, which is again something that Maruti has worked on very hard to ensure that the platform itself gives you that safety level that you would expect for a car that's going to be doing its duty in Indian cities and dealing with city traffic and city speeds. So all in all, a great job done, and it's great to see this level of improvement in a car that's coming in as your entry-level hatchback. With the Alto K10, what Maruti Suzuki has managed to do is to keep their bestseller very relevant even in today's times. They've changed just about everything with it. They've improved on safety. They've improved on efficiency. They've given it a nice new interior. They've improved on space. And doing all of that, they've still managed to keep the price right down to 3.99 lakhs for the entry-level Alto K10. It goes up to 5.85 lakhs. But if you ask me, the value for money quotient that you're getting with a car like this is just impeccable. So it is a blockbuster, if so to speak, because to get that pricing done with all these features on board, with the added safety, it is an engineering marvel in today's day and age. And I think that that's what Maruti has managed to achieve with the Alto K10.